Hello everyone, my name is Shreya and I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. I am pursuing BLLB honors from Law College Dehradun Uttaranchal University. I am currently in 7th semester. I am glad to have the opportunity of interning at Lexis and Company, because of which I am able to present to you guys with this video. So the purpose and topic for today's video will be international perspective of victims' right. So let's begin this topic of international perspective of victims' right. So who are victims first? Victims are those persons who individually or collectively have suffered harm, including the physical and mental injury and the emotional suffering, or any kind of economic loss, or the omissions that are in violation of any kind of criminal laws which are operative within the member states, and including those laws which prescribes any criminal abuse of power, which prohibits, or which criminalizes any criminal use of power. So what are the victims' rights? First is the access to justice and fair treatment. The victim should be treated with compassion and respect for their dignity, with dignity. So they are entitled to have the access to the various kinds of mechanisms of justice, and they cannot be denied from these mechanisms. And the judicial and administrative mechanism should also be established and should be strengthened to ensure they are properly given the opportunity of seeking justice. And the responsiveness of judicial and administrative processes to the needs of victims should be facilitated by two ways. The first is by informing the victims of their role and the scope, the timing and the progress of the proceedings, and also of the deposition of the case, that is what is the present situation of their case, how much time it take, and how much it have progressed. And the second is by allowing the views and concerns of the victims to be presented and considered at appropriate stages of the proceeding, that is they should be given proper opportunity of hearing, and they should be able to present their views in their defense. So third is providing proper assistance to victims throughout the legal process. Proper assistance should be given. They should not um they should not be lacking in having the justice only because they do not have access to any legal professional or legal aid should be provided to them. So fourth is how we can give access to justice to them, how we can ensure proper access to them, is by taking measures to minimize the inconvenience to the victims by protecting their privacy when necessary and ensure their safety as well as that of their families and the witnesses on their behalf from intimidation and retaliation. That is, we should provide some protection to their family and the evidence which they have. They are very vulnerable because they are the weak party, and people try to dominate them by erasing such by torturing their family members or erasing the evidence. Therefore some protection should be given to them, so we can also avoid unnecessary delay in the disposition of cases, and hence we'll be ensuring a proper justice system for the victims if there is no delay in the disposition of the cases. So this was these were the various ways in which we can provide the various mechanisms of justice to the victim. So there are also some informal mechanisms for the resolution of disputes, including mediation, arbitration, and customary justice or indigenous practices, which should also be utilized. So this was about the access to justice. Next is the restitution. The offenders or third parties are responsible for their behavior, who are responsible for their behavior must make fair restitution to the victims, their families, or the dependent. That is, the proper compensation should be imposed upon the accused persons. The government should also review their practices, regulations, and laws in order to consider restitution. The institution should be apt with the latest developments and the latest new rulings and other things, so that there is no delay in the disposition of cases, and proper system of justice should be there for the victims. So where the public officials or other agents have acted in an official or a quasi official capacity, have violated the national criminal laws, such victims should receive restitution from the state. Where the accused person is the state itself, therefore the government should give much more compensation to the victim as compared to the case where the accused person are the common people. So this was about restitution. Particularly now we will speak about the compensation which should be given to the victims. When the compensation is not fully available from the offender or the other sources, the state should endeavor to provide financial compensation to the victims and the family of the victims, because this is the least which we can do when such crime has committed, or when there is a breach of law. Such things are not irreplaceable, and the minimum we can do is to give them compensation. So the establishment and strengthening of the mechanisms of national funds for compensation to victims should be encouraged and should be established as much as they can be. So the next is the assistance. The victims should receive necessary material, medical, psychological, and social assistance through the governmental, voluntary, and the community based health and social services, the platform which provides such facilities. The assistance should be given to them, so that they can have the proper knowledge regarding their case and how to access the justice system and to avail its policies. So the victim should be informed about the availability of the health and social policies, and the police, the justice system, and the health and social service, and any other personnel which is concerned should receive training to sensitize them to the needs of victims. They should be trained in the ways in which they can provide proper assistance to the victims. So assistance is again a very very important part of providing justice to the victims, because in many cases the victims do not know how to approach the rights which are available to them. Therefore the assistance is to be given a lot of importance. So this was all about the victims' right to compensation, victims' rights under the international perspective, which are available to them around the globe. So this was it. I hope you guys have liked the video. So if you have any question, to ask me, and share the video and like the video, and also share the feedback with me. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you.